Hi babies, welcome back to my channel. Before we jump into the video, y'all know the gig. If you like this video, make sure you give me a big old thumbs up. If you haven't, subscribe. I would love for you to be a part of this growing family that I'm trying to build and bring into we're trying to make it happen, okay? We're trying to make this platform grow. We're trying to make this channel bigger, so you might as well just become part of the family now. You're watching my video already, so why don't you just subscribe? Make sure you give me a big old thumbs up though. I super duper appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. So even if you don't subscribe, just leave me a nice little thumbs up. And maybe I can forgive you for not subscribing. So I've been getting a couple of questions as to what I use as far as makeup brushes. The good majority of brushes that I use are from Morphe because for one, they're cheap. For two, they're cheap, and for three, they're really great brushes for the price that they're sold at. I know as of recent, Morphe has started expanding their stores worldwide, so they're actually building up shops in malls, and they also decided to expand over to Ulta, so there are some Ultas that actually sell the Morphe brushes and some of their palettes. Depending on what kind of Ulta you go to and their stock though and their inventory, you might not be able to get your hands on some of the brushes that I'm going to be talking about, especially if your Ulta doesn't stock up and keep up on the Morphe section. So I just suggest going to the website. It's not like I'm a big influencer or anything, so it's not like I have a 10% off coupon code to give you guys, but I always use Thomas Halbert's. He's my favorite influencer, my favorite makeup guru or whatever, so I always, like to throw him a little bit of coin. So if y'all want to pull away from this video and at any moment get some of these brushes I'm talking about, use his code. It's Thomas and you get 10% off. So I'm going to start off with eyebrow brushes. Like I said in my previous video where I actually picked up another one of these babies, this is the E29. It is Die Hard, my favorite motherfucking eyebrow brush. You got the actual brush on one side for application and then the spoolie on the other side, so you're able to blend out your eyebrows, make them look a little bit more natural, even though, if you like a bold brow like I do, it doesn't look natural. Because, I ain't got no hair up there anyway. I got blonde hair there, so it doesn't match my hair, and this baby helps it match my hair color. And then going over to my clean up brush, so we can clean up those eyebrows, make them look all nice and pretty. It's the E43. I love this brush. By the way, I'm sorry guys, all my brushes are dirty because I can't get my life together and I just did my makeup, so I'm sorry if that triggers anybody, but they're dirty. The E43 is great for really just getting up in there and cleaning and shaping out your brow. It gives you a nice crisp line, and then you can blend it all down so that way it cleans up any wiggly lines or funky stuff, and it makes your eyebrows look real nice. Also, I have this brush here that my mom got in an Ipsy bag, and I don't know, concealer, I don't know what this brand is. It's a flat brush. Morphe has tons of them. You can get your hands on one. You could also use the eyebrow brush that I just pointed out, the E43, to clean up. You don't have to use another flat brush. I'm just bougie and picky, so I like to go in and clean up everything and really blend it out with this brush afterwards. Never heard of this brand, and I took it from her because, come on, she's not going to use it. I'm going to go into face brushes really quick because I have more eye brushes than I do face brushes. Starting off, yes, I just used this baby today. This is the Highlight and Contour Sponge from Morphe. It's only $7. I love this thing. It's 10 times better than the Real Techniques. It's so much more dense, so much more bouncy. It's better than my Beauty Blender. And like I said, a good majority of my brushes are Morphe, but another good brand is also BH Cosmetics. They actually sell their brushes in sets. So if you are beginning to apply makeup and learn how to actually do your makeup, they have some really good affordable sets as well. Going off with foundation brushes, come on now. This is the M439. Everybody knows what this goddamn brush is. It's a great stippling brush for your foundation. Really nice, smooth, full coverage. Makes you look seamless. Makes you look like a Barbie doll or whatever. It's really great. And then also a different foundation brush I have that you can also stipple onto your face is the BH Cosmetics one. I don't remember what set this is from. I think it's the BH Cosmetics Pro. I think it is. It's just a nice stippling brush. Yeah, I don't really use this one as often as the M439, but it is a good alternative if you don't want to go to Morphe and pick out all of your brushes individually. As for powder brushes, I either go in with the Morphe E48 brush or the BH Cosmetics powder brush. None of these have names. Oh, it has a number on it. It's number 2. I'm guessing this is from the Studio Pro set because it does have a number on it. It does say Pro on it, so that's probably, you know, that's probably an indicator that this is the Pro set. But this one is really big, whereas this one is a little bit smaller in size. This one's kind of like an overall powder. Like, you can kind of just sweep off any excess like fallout. You can also blend in like foundation, translucent powder. It's a great powder brush. This one is also great because if you have a smaller face or if you want to get into smaller areas, like right under your eyes and stuff like that, it gets right up in there. Either way, both of these are really great brushes and super affordable. Going into contour, once again, it's going to be BH Cosmetics and Morphe, but I do like to use the M523 brush to cut out my contour, so to start up the line. And I like to go in with this little I think this honestly is like a blush brush, but I don't wear blush, so I like to use this to blend out my contour so it doesn't look too harsh and the line isn't like as apparent. I like my contour to be like barely there since I am so pasty. If I put it on too harsh, it's just gonna look super orange or I'm gonna look like a skeleton, and that is not a good look. So after I cut out my line and make my cheeks nice and sharp, I'll go in and blend with this brush, which once again, this is from the BH Studio Pro set. It is the number 3. I think it's a blush brush, but whatever. As for highlighting brushes, you know, I got 3 of these babies for you here today. Starting off, I have the M510. This is my favorite highlighting brush for my face. It just gets right up in there, makes it all nice. You can blend it out. It's all beautiful. It's a really great brush. And then I have the M501. This one has more of a fine tapered point to it, so you can really get up in there and it's nice and precise. So if you don't have big cheeks like me and a big face, this is a really good option for you versus this, because this is like, I feel like this is more separated and it is more expanded, so it gets around more than the 501, and the 501 is nice and precise. And then once again, I stole this from my mom's Ipsy bag. It's a ruby brush. I don't know what this brand is, but I took it because I like to use this to put on the tip of my nose or my inner corners, my brow bone, sometimes on my Cupid's bow, get right up in there. I love this thing. I'm gonna have to look up their brand because I need like 5 or 10 more of these. Going into eyeshadow brushes, I have a lot here, because, you know, I'm really intricate and really detailed when it comes to my eye looks. I like a good pigmented eyeshadow, okay? I love doing my eyeshadow. So going off, this is the iconic 441 from Morphe. As you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And I will probably pick up more of these things because this gets right up in the crease and it blends out heavenly. This is such an iconic brush. James Charles uses this brush. Manny MUA uses this damn brush. Laura Lee, everybody. All the big influencers uses this damn brush. And that's the reason why I picked up this damn brush, because James Charles has like 8 or 10 of these. It's insane how good this brush is. Going into smaller blending brushes, I typically use these for under my lash line. I have the E36 and the E18. This one is really precise. You can get right up in there. And then this one, you can go out and blend everything out, make it nice and smoky, make it nice and grungy. I like my lower lash line to be darker typically, so everything could be focused up here, but it still kind of completes the look because I go for more of a grungy, sloppy, messy kind of feel under my lower lash line. For packing brushes, I have these 3 right here. I have the M213. This one's nice and small. You can get right up in there. I actually used this one today for the teal that's on my eyelid. It is really great for packing on pigment. And then I have the Morphe E32. This one's also really good for packing on pigment, but it is a bigger brush, so it's going to get more into like bigger spaces if you need to cover up more like eyelid space with certain pigments or certain shadows, shimmer shadows, glitter. This one's just as great for packing on that pigment and making it just so bold and vibrant. It's beautiful. And then I have the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro number 7. This is a really good packing brush as well. And then I have some more bigger blending brushes that are not obviously the 441. I have the E27. This one's a bigger blending brush. It covers up more space on the eyelid. I typically use this for my transition shade or for blending out multiple colors at once because it's such a big blending brush that it just gets everything and it makes all the colors kind of just melt together. This is the E13. This brush is still a blending brush, but it is a little bit more flat, so it can get right up in there into the fine lines, and this is such a good brush. I have the E22. The only reason why I bought this brush is because of Patrick Starr. This was one of his favorites, I think maybe like a year or two ago, and ever since then I really love this brush. I like to use it for my outer V. It stays right there. It's very easy to control darker colors with this eyeshadow brush. And I also have the E14, which is kind of like the E13. It's just a little bit more flatter, and I think honestly with the way that it's shaped you can pack on pigments with this brush and also blend it out at the same time. And last but not least, oh my god, these brushes have been through it. These are the brushes that I use to cut my creases. Man, I know they look exactly the same, but this one is actually from BH Cosmetics and then this one is from Morphe. This is the 421 and then it's from the Studio Pro set. So they're basically the same. You can also use this to clean up under your brow, but I like to use these in particular to cut out my crease because it's very controlled and it's very precise and it's a smaller brush, so if you have any lines you want to go over, critique, and tweak, this is your brush. Overall, these are all the brushes that I own and adore, and I love them all so much. Like I said, a good majority of them are Morphe. I have a couple of different ones in here, like I have some Luxe ones. I have Urban Decay, Anastasia, you know, the brushes that you get in the palettes. So, yeah. As far as that goes, though, those were my favorite brushes, and I hope you guys do take away some kind of information from this and learned a little bit. There are definitely some really good brushes to put in your collection or in your set or whatever. If you're trying to learn how to do your makeup or if you're trying to build on more techniques, these are some really great brushes. So, you know, hopefully I was a little helpful. Hopefully you learned some today. And hopefully you go buy some of these brushes because, girl, you're missing out. As always, guys, thank you for checking out my video. Make sure you give me a big ol' thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. And as always, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. I mean, I'm sure you already fell in love with me, so you might as well just stay around. I won't go anywhere. You can depend on me. You can rely on me. You could do a trust fall into my arms and I will catch you. Till next time, guys. Bye.